I get asked by a lot of people, relationships don't work out today. So many women are more single today than ever before. What is going on? Who takes the blame? Men or women? I'm going to be addressing that today. So, if relationships don't work out, do you blame the men or do you blame the women? This is how I'm going to demonstrate so you understand, right? When it comes to relationship, men control access to marriage and relationship. On the other hand, for women control access to sex and childbirth. Before any child comes into this world, a woman has to decide. Before any sexual relationship occurs, a woman has to consent. If not, it's rape. So men control access to relationship and marriage. It means in our culture, the black culture, a man has to say, get a ring and say, marry me. So men control access to that. Men pick who gets married. So let me use this example, right? So women are the product, men are the buyers. I just need you to understand, just for the sake of this explanation. If a product is not being bought from the market, who takes the blame? The seller or the buyer? I don't think you blame the buyer, you blame the seller. If, for example, you have a restaurant, the restaurant is open 12 hours a day, people walk in and they walk out without buying. Who takes the blame, the restaurant or the customers? If you blame the customers, you have a problem. You have to check the quality of the food. There's so many things you have to check. Is the surrounding clean? Check the location and check so many different things. You have to make adjustments. So if relationship marriages are not working today, men are not asking women to marry them, it means that women have the problem. They have to go and look into the problems. So I will advise our women to listen more to what the men are saying. If the men say y'all are the problem, then you have to look at it and work on yourself. If you are the problem, you have to work on yourself. Men are saying that they want women who are fit, they want women who are cooperative, women who are submissive, women who are feminine. We don't see a lot of that today. So many women today are arrogant. They are not cooperative. So many women today are not fit. Most of our women are overweight. The men are saying that no, we want women to be fit. So many women today are argumentative. They cannot hold a conversation with you. They are strong and masculine. So the men are saying, no, we don't want to marry our mates, we want to marry women. So look into that and try to fix it. Part of the reason why most relationships don't work out today is because you women are picking the wrong men. You can't blame 100% of men for what less than 20% of men are doing. More than 50% of men are not even considered in the dating market. This is what I mean. Most guys don't even make it past the first date. Most men will go on a date with a woman and she asks, what do you do for work? Say, I work in a warehouse, or I do a job, and she puts it on a scale. And like, he makes minimum wage, she makes a little amount of money. She's not gonna talk to you anymore. Women want, more than 80% of women want 10 to 20% of all men in almost all society, or especially in our society. I'm talking about most African countries. In the United States, for example, more than 50% of men, more than 50% of black men in America are single and childless. But most women don't want these men. In black America, for example, more than 54% of black men are single and childless. Approximately 28 to 30% of those men are married. So the remaining 20% are responsible for most of these children you see out here. That's why you see a man that has 8 kids. Look at someone like Future. Look at Nick Cannon. There are so many of them. They make this 20% of men that most of the women want. So I'll tell you, the reason why relationships don't work out today is because some of you, or most of you women, pick poorly. You don't want to deal with a average man who, quote unquote, don't have enough to offer to you. You don't want to deal with this man. You want to deal with the high earners. You want to deal with the high value men. You want to deal with the top 10 to 20% of men. So you cannot keep blaming 100% of men for what less than 20% of men are doing. Y'all have been picking poorly. You can't blame all men for that. You have to start picking men based on what? His ability to provide, his ability to protect, and to provide a structure for a marriage or relationship. Most of you are picking poorly. Another remarkable reason why I'll blame women why relationships don't work out today is more than 70 to 80% of divorce are being filed by women. How do you blame the men? The men want to stay in a relationship. Y'all don't want to stay in a relationship. But look at the statistics, you see that women are leaving for almost no reason. Women are leaving good men today for almost no reason. If you talk to the women and ask them, why did you leave your marriage? Oh, we grew apart. We couldn't just walk out. Crazy ass reason. Go talk to them, and if they are honest, they'll tell you the truth. Most women start making a certain amount of money, they quote unquote outgrow their husbands. Women are hypergamous in nature. They always want a man making what they make or more. So most women are walking out of their relationship and a marriage for crazy and phony reasons. They think they deserve better. You married to a man, this is a good, productive man who goes out there every single day, to put in the work and become a best husband. Most often you have a child, two or three. Now, for you say, if the man makes $50,000, for example, you start making $70,000. Now you think you want a man who makes $70,000 or more. That's why I say a lot of women are delusional. You have to come to a realization that you cannot have it all as a woman. So you have to take most of the blame when it comes to the reason why relationships don't work out today. Y'all are leaving. The men are not leaving. Y'all are leaving. Men are ready to settle down. They're saying they are not enough wives. There's a difference between marriage or being married and being a wife. There's two different. You already have to be a wife before you get married. Men are saying there are not a lot of wives. Most women today were not raised to be wives. They were raised to be strong, independent, and boss women. It's not working. Men have to decide who becomes wife. You don't have a choice. You have to give the men what they want. If you don't want to give the men what they want, it's okay. You can buy a dog and live the rest of your life by yourself.